Hey, it's Whitney from EcoVeganGal.com and welcome back to the What a Vegan Eats channel, in which I tell you about all the amazing plant-based food that I eat. And in today's video, I want to feature 4 companies who just sent me their products in the mail. I just got home from the P.O. box from picking them up, and I just instantly fell in love with them, so I think you're going to love them too, and let me explain why. So I want to give a shout out to 3 companies who went the extra mile with really creating a whole experience around trying their products. And number 1 goes to Banza. If you watched my Expo East video, you saw me briefly talk about Banza. This is a brand new company. They're only like a few months old, I believe, at this point. And they make pasta from chickpeas. So it's a gluten-free, soy-free, high-protein alternative to pastas out there. I tried it at Expo East and it's really wonderful, but I've never made it at home. So I'm excited to try this out on my own. And let's see what else. It's grain-free, low glycemic, non-GMO, and it only has a few ingredients, which is chickpea, tapioca, pea protein, xanthan gum, and spices. Really simple. Now, the cool thing about Banza is not just their product, but the people behind it. The 2 guys that run this company are so nice. One of them lives in Detroit, and that's where the company is based. And I think that's so neat because Detroit is obviously one of the American cities that's struggling a little bit, and it's great to see a forward-thinking company like this running out of a city like that. So, and by the way, Detroit is really cool. If you've never been there before, people make all these assumptions about it. I went there last year and was really impressed. It's a beautiful city, and they have a ton of vegan options there, an amazing farmer's market, a great Whole Foods that just opened. It's a cool place. But anyways, so these 2 guys are so cool, down to earth, they're young, they're hip, they're savvy, and they're just speaking from the heart. They have a passion. You can actually check them out on an episode of the show called Restaurant Startup. It's really entertaining to watch. But what really captured my heart here with Banza is that they gave me a note, and now it's hidden. Oh, here it is. So one thing that I do when people want to send me products to try out, I always ask them to be conscious of how much paper and packaging they send along with them. So a lot of times I'll get products that are just wrapped in like styrofoam or plastic, or they send me like a huge printout of their products, and it's really frustrating because I don't want all of that extra stuff. It just ends up in the recycling bin or the trash can. So I always send a note requesting that they be as conscious as possible and they don't send me anything extra. What was neat about Banza is they sent me a note, and in the note they said, "I know you requested no documents. Your package will only include this note," which was true. I would send it separately, but at the end of the day, there's nothing like a handwritten note to say thank you. And this is from Brian. And how sweet. This is before Brian and I had ever met in person. And he just went the extra mile to write me a handwritten note just to say thank you. And that just, when companies do stuff like that, I can feel their heart. I can see how much this means to them, right? And it kind of reminds you that just because a company is selling things and trying to make money doesn't mean that that's why they're in it. They're in it for the product, they're in it for the people, they want to change people's lives. And I got this package after I met them, but they sent it before I met them. I just was out of town. And when I met them in person, they were even better, and they sent me another follow-up email just to say how great it was to meet me. And listen, Banza, I think, is going to have a very long-lasting career, and I really want to highlight them because I think all of you will fall in love with them, even if you never have a chance to interact with them. So those are the type of companies I really like to support. Another company that falls into that same category is called Pat's Backcountry Beverages. Now, they reached out to me because of a couple of different things. Let me show you actually what their main thing first. They have natural concentrates for carbonated beverages. So if any of you have ever used or heard of the SodaStream, it's a really neat thing. I've had one for years that allows you to make your own carbonated drinks, so mainly like sodas. But the downside to the SodaStream is that for the public, the only thing that most people know of is these big plastic bottles of gross concentrates made with kind of scary ingredients and like I don't know if they use high fructose corn syrup, but it's kind of along that line. Not good sweeteners. They use, I think, preservatives and food colorings, and you just look at them and it's gross. But a lot of people buy that because they think that that's how they're going to make their sodas. Now, for me, what I've been doing with the SodaStream is I use a company called, I think it's BroccoLeaf, that makes these little concentrated stevia with flavors. And they have a root beer flavor and a cola flavor and a vanilla something rather flavor. I forget what that one is. And I would just drop those stevia drops into the carbonated water from the SodaStream, and it makes these delicious soda-like beverages. But Pat's is kind of in between SodaStream and that BroccoLeaf experience. Now they make these concentrates, so you can make all natural drinks with a SodaStream or their carbonated beverage, which I'll show you in a moment. So they've got really cool flavors like a pomegranate cola, which I really can't wait to try. They have a root beer, and they have a lemon lime. I know you can't see it very well with this camera. And they have a ginger ale and a regular soda. So there's a few things that I love about this. Number one, unlike the SodaStream, they come in these nice thin packages. Even when you buy them, they come in this tiny little box. So instead of like hauling around, you know, let's just say you get 4 of these. Even 4 of these together are probably smaller than one of the SodaStream concentrates. Okay, so it's saving so much packaging wise. But of course, these are all natural. They sweeten with cane juice, which, you know, from a glycemic index standpoint is maybe not the best sweetener, but it's a great alternative to some of the other highly processed sweeteners out there. And natural flavors. Depending on the type that you get, they will add in caffeine. And then they have vitamins in them. They've got vitamin C, B3, B5, B6, B9, and B12. So cool. I love that. I still need to do a little bit of research about their ingredients and their sourcing and all of that, but they have this great vibe to them, similar to Banza, in that you can tell there's a passion. There's a purpose to this. Now, from my understanding, it all came about from wanting to give backpackers and campers something to drink aside from water when they're camping or traveling. So they designed this carbonator beverage or bottle that allows you to carbonate water while you're out in the wilderness and then carry around these small little packets while you're out there too. So not only are these thin, they can fit in backpacks, but you can just kind of crumple them up, and it's not like you're carrying around these big SodaStream concentrates, right? So they're a lot easier to get rid of when you're done using them. And they have a great video on their website showing you how to use this bottle. I can't wait to try it out. It's really neat. They send you these little activator packets, and it's a really cool concept. So I'll tell you more about it once I have a chance to play around with it. But yes, they have no preservatives in any of their soda concentrates. And lastly, I thought this was really neat. I'm not that into drinking alcohol, but I'll have it every once in a while. I thought, though, that their beer concentrates were just the coolest concept, right? So if you like to drink beer, this is an economical and eco-friendly option. So you get these concentrates, and they think each of these makes like a pint, okay? So I don't know how many servings that is. Well, 16 fluid ounces. So that means, so I guess, is one bottle of beer 8 fluid ounces maybe? I don't know. I guess it depends on the size. You can tell I don't drink a lot of beer, but my point is that when you compare this package to a regular bottle of beer, it's a lot less, right? So by weight, it's so much lighter. So that reduces transportation costs. But also, you're not going to have like a huge stack of beer bottles in your recycling anymore. You're just going to have these. And you can use your SodaStream over and over again, or your carbonator bottle if you're going out on the go, to make tons of beer. And I believe that you also save a lot of money. They sell these by the 4-pack. I have to do some research on this. I'm not prepared in that sense. But I believe from what I saw on their website that you can actually save money by doing it this way. So you save packaging and it's convenient. You can make it yourself. You can control how much you use, so you can kind of control the taste. And these are also all natural ingredients, so you might even get a healthier beer. I'm impressed, and I would like to try that with some of my beer friends, my beer loving friends, not my beer friends. So the last thing I will say about Pat's is they too went the extra mile, similar to Banza. And they sent me this cute little note on here that said that they put all of the flavors in this one box. They wanted me to see what the box looks like, but instead of sending me 3 different boxes for each for the different products, they packed it all into one box. So they cut back on their packaging, which is really cool. And all they sent was just another little note and a quick little pamphlet. And thank you to Pat's and Banza for being so eco-minded and respecting my desire to have less paper and packaging sent. Now, the next company may not have gone the same way in terms of using less packaging, but they did do something very clever. And this is for, where did my sheet go? Oh, here it is. A new produce called BroccoLeaf. Now, BroccoLeaf is supposedly the next kale, and it is loaded with calcium. They have more calcium than kale, vitamin C, vitamin A, folate, phytonutrients, flavonoids in them, and this leaf tastes really sweet. So what is BroccoLeaf? It's another type of leafy green, similar to kale, collard greens, what else? Chard, spinach, all of that. And it comes from growing broccoli. So when broccoli is grown, you don't just get the florets, you also get these big leaves. And most farmers are just kind of not doing anything with them. They're either using them for something else on the farm, maybe composting them, just letting them wilt away. But apparently a few farmers decided to start selling these organic leaves. And when BroccoLeaf sent me some to try it out, look how they sent it. They sent it as if it was a bouquet of flowers, and the BroccoLeaf was nicely tucked in there. It looks a lot like collard greens or chard. They're just these big flat leaves, dark colored, and it tastes so good. It tastes a lot like those other greens I mentioned. It tastes a lot like kale and collards combined. And apparently you can juice it, you can cook it, you can have it raw. Lots of different ways you could probably use it, just like a collard green in a wrap. I'm going to play around with it, but I wanted to show you that cool bouquet that they sent me before I undid it, because I thought that was very cool. Little on the wasteful side because there's bubble wrap and plastic, but I got to give them props, and it also protected it while they shipped it, so really neat. And lastly, this other cool product I cannot wait to try out is not a food, but it goes along with food in the kitchen, and that is a bamboo kitchen scale. I am thrilled. It's a digital scale made from bamboo. Just the cover, the back has a little bit of plastic on it, but it's a super thin scale that you can put measured out dry and liquid ingredients on. You'll need like a cup or a measuring cup or something to put it on. And it will help you weigh things to get the exact measurements for recipes. So if you ever see a recipe that isn't measured out in teaspoons or cups, it maybe says grams instead, or liquid ounces or fluid ounces, and you're thinking, how do I figure out how much that is? That's where a kitchen scale comes in. And I've never had a digital kitchen scale before. I'm so excited. This can hold up to 11 pounds of weight on it. And that would be a lot of food. But you could also use this around the house for other things, which I will certainly do. So I will certainly tell you about what my experience is with this. I can't wait to try it out. So yeah, you can get this from Taylor if you're interested. I'll include a link down below. I just love the bamboo touch. It's so pretty. Okay, well that's it for me today. Those are the cool things I got in the mail. I actually realized that maybe I should do these kind of mail unboxing videos more frequently, because every once in a while I get really cool products in the mail. I also got some books today, and coming back from a trip, it's always fun to collect everything. But that is it. I would love to hear your comments on any of these products. Do you want to talk about Banza? Have you tried this? Have you heard of this? Have you seen this in stores? Would you use a carbonated bottle if you're a camper, or would you use their natural concentrates for beer or for other drinks? Or do you make your own? What do you do for that if you've ever used or currently own a SodaStream? What do you think of the BroccoLeaf? Pretty cool, right? Do you want to hear more about it? And do you own a digital scale? What do you use it for? Anything you want to say? I can't wait to hear from you in the comments below. Also, let me know if you want to see more videos like this of me showing you what comes in the mail. I'll probably keep doing these because it's kind of fun. Thank you so much for watching. If you like this video, you found it inspiring, fun, interesting, give it a thumbs up. And if you haven't subscribed to this channel, go to the main channel page and hit that subscribe button so you can see more videos about me talking about the food that I eat and the products that I try, and I will keep making them. Okay, I'll see you next time. Bye.